Hey everybody, Scott Steen coming to you from the Jacob Cohen studio deep in the bowels of the Winners and Whiners Sports and Entertainment Complex to bring you today's Not-so-Deep-3. As always, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and of course leave us your picks. Tell us what you're playing. Just 5 games on the board today, so tell us what you're thinking on these contests. Are you going with those favorites? Are you taking those big time dogs? And, of course, don't forget to check out Winners and Whiners at statsalt.com for all of your daily handicapping needs. If there's a game you're thinking about and we haven't covered it here on the videos, make sure you stop by there. Check out our deep dives into the NHL, the NBA, and college basketball. Sides, totals, derivatives, halftime bets, and props. It's all there at those 2 websites. All right, guys, so that was a that was a tough day yesterday. We went well 1-2 on actual picks. We did hit we did hit Houston to cover that big number. Looked a little sketchy for a while, and then they turned on the Jets and never looked back. So the Houston Cougs got it done there. We just about got to our over. Couldn't quite get there. Came up. I think we came up 3.5 short, 3 short. Not good. And of course, our first foray into the AAF did not end well, as our team was catching anywhere from 4.5 to 6.5 points, depending on when you got down. Had a 10-point lead in the 4th quarter and ended up losing by 8. So so far the AAF stands for abominable as fuck for me, because that. We're 0-1, man. I'm 1-1, but of course when I turn you guys onto the picks, I'm 0-1. The only bet I had tonight, I hit an in-game. I hit the over 336.5 on the NBA All-Star game. Yay! So you know what, guys? I'm looking at these 5 games, and there was one that I really liked, and then the number went crazy on it, and I'm not going to try to pick out 3 games out of these 5 and make believe like they're going to be real solid picks. None of them I really like, so I'm going to try a little slump buster here, guys. We're going to do something completely different today. I'm going to cap all 5 games, but I'm going to cap them a little bit differently, and we're going to see how that goes. So I was so desperate, I almost was driven to hockey. By the way, reminds me of my favorite joke when I thought about handicapping hockey. I thought about my favorite handicapper joke, and that is there's a bookie, and he has a client that has been a complete loser for about 10 years in baseball, football, basketball. Never had a winning season. 3 seasons each year, 10 years, 30. Over 30 as far as winning seasons. Finally, the 11th year starts. The bookie feels bad for the guy. He says, I know you're not doing very well at basketball or baseball. He says, you ever thought about betting on hockey? The guy says, hockey? He says, I don't know shit about hockey. Why would I bet on that? All right, that's it. If you're laughing now, you're my kind of people. If you're going, I don't get it, you still could be my kind of people, but you got to think about it just a little bit. So, with that being said, excuse me, that's going to kind of set the pace for where we're going today. So let's start with our first of the game, shall we? This one features the Virginia Cavaliers traveling up to Blacksburg to take on the Virginia Tech Hokies. The Cavaliers currently stand at a 5-point favorite. Hey guys, did you know that Virginia Tech is actually the Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University? Wow, are you bored yet? Well, hang on, because you will be. The Hokies. Anybody know what a Hokie is? Well, first of all, it was actually an invented word in 1896 for the guy that just wrote the Hokie, like the cheer, to get everybody fired up. And they asked him what a Hokie was. He goes, it's just something from my imagination. So over the years, it has evolved to mean kind of a turkey-like creature called a Hokie, and they actually have a picture of it. And why the turkey? Because they used to be known as the Gobblers. Yikes! So they actually have the mascot. They have a picture of the Hokie, the bird, wearing the maroon, and it looks like a foghorn leghorn, and one of the chickens from the Los Pollos Hermanos logo had a love child. It would come out looking a lot like this, and then somebody put an ugly maroon leisure suit on it. Not good at all. As far as the Cavaliers go, they say that Virginia is for lovers of boring basketball. Jesus. Remember that one time they scored 80 Yeah, me neither. Someone thought they were, if people wanted to just sit around and watch someone who thought they were going to score for 2 hours only to be easily denied at the end, they could just watch tapes from my high school days. You know what? Give me the Gobblers right here, plus the 5, and wake me when this game is over. Moving on to the Big Ten as the Illinois Fighting Illini take on the Wisconsin Badgers. Illinois is currently an 11-point underdog in this contest. You know what? I don't understand what it is with the Big Ten and their love of the nasty varmints. The Badgers, the Gophers, the Wolverines. Jesus Christ, are we going to play zone or just gnaw their faces off? As far as Illinois goes, here's a fun fact about Illinois. 4 of their last 8 governors have ended up in prison. You know what that means? It means if you get elected to the highest office in Illinois, you're an even money shot to end up behind bars. Not good at all. Although it does explain why the Fighting Illini have their main color as orange. I don't know how they shoot, but I guarantee you this team's going to get a lot of steals. You know what? Give me the orange jumpsuits right here and the 11 points. I'll take them. All right. Heading to the Big 12 as the K-State Wildcats travel up to West Virginia to take on the West Virginia Mountaineers. K-State is a 7.5-point road favorite. Speaking of mascots, have you ever seen the K-State Wildcat? It's Willie the Wildcat, and he is a kid. He's a normal kid wearing basketball shorts and a basketball jersey, but a gigantic Wildcat head. That's the only thing. Other than his gigantic Wildcat head, looks like a normal kid. That must have been a tough birth. That mother is a hero in my book. And can you imagine the doctor having to tell her after she wakes up from the drugs? Said, how's the baby? Is he normal? Does he have all fingers and toes? He goes, well, yeah, he does have all fingers and toes, but I think you're just going to have to take a look. And so that was probably a bummer for Wildcat Willie's mom. My son, as I've talked about before, he's in the K-State band, and he got to fly with the team last year as they went to the regionals. They went to Atlanta and then Charlotte, and of course on the team or on the plane rather is Willie the Wildcat. And he has to keep the head in a box, and it's like some kind of code that he can never, ever take the box out of his sight. So like if he's sitting there, he has to have the box right with him. And my son, this will give you a little idea about how far the apple did not fall from the tree. Every time he walked by his seat, my son would go, "What's in the box? What's in the box?" Funny kid he is indeed. Sometimes that kid makes me laugh. He really does. In West Virginia, have you seen their mascot? He's like a mountain man with a coonskin cap and a leather fringed jacket carrying a musket. And you know what? I went to a West Virginia game. I found out that's just like a dude from the crowd. Everybody dresses like that. It's not pretty at all. I think Morgantown has like 35,000 people, and 35,000 people between them. I think there's 116 teeth. Not pretty at all. You know what? I like K-State in the corn cob eating contest after this game, but as far as the game goes, I'm not sure. First time I went to West Virginia, I drove by this little town, and they had a trailer with a satellite dish and an outhouse. That sounds like a guy that's got his priorities straight. You know what? Give me West Virginia. Give me them gun-toting, coon-shooting, fringe-wearing. I'll take them right here. Give me West Virginia plus the 7.5. Staying in the Big 12, heading down to Oklahoma as the TCU Horned Frogs take on the Oklahoma State Cowboys. TCU is a 3-point road favorite. And here's another nickname I don't get, the TCU Horned Frogs. Really? That sounds like an improv troupe made that up. All right, I need a thing. I heard frogs. All right, and now I need an adjective that is totally disconnected and makes no sense whatsoever. I heard flaming. Horned. There we go. The Horned Frogs. I think we got it right there. I do not know. I don't know the story, and I was in no mood to look it up, so I just made shit up. And as far as Oklahoma goes, not a big fan. I've been pulled over in Oklahoma 3 separate times for no apparent reason. Never got a ticket. They just wanted to hassle me. Let me tell you something. If they're profiling guys like me in Oklahoma, that's a sad, sad place indeed. Plus, if you go to any casinos in Oklahoma, you have to pay a tax on every blackjack hand. Any hand that you play, you got to pay extra money just for the privilege of playing blackjack. I call bullshit on that. You know the best thing to come out of Oklahoma? I-35. Give me TCU right here, minus the 3 points. And finally, we're heading to the West Coast as the Idaho Vandals take on the Eastern Washington, I don't know, Redfield having team, whatever the hell they are, the apple pickers. Idaho is plus 14 in this contest. Yes, that's right. I said the Idaho Vandals. The Vandals? What the hell? What were some of the names they thought of before? The jaywalkers, shoplifters, drunk drivers? Nope. Let's be the Vandals. And you know what the vandalism is in Idaho? It's all potato related. Somebody got shot with a potato gun. Somebody spit in the fry sauce. And maybe somebody made those abominations they call potato pancakes. Potato pancakes, two good things, put them together, and they suck. And to make matters worse, they go, you know what would improve potato pancakes? How about applesauce and sour cream? Oh, super. Now we got 4 things that fucking don't go together at all. No potato pancakes, please. As far as Washington goes, you know what? Anytime I think of Washington, I think of Johnny Appleseed. Johnny Appleseed, man. What a poor bastard this guy was. He spent his whole life alone. Don't know why. Maybe it had something to do with the fact that he wore a pan on his head for a hat. I'm not sure. So his whole mission is to go around and just spread apple seeds. This dude spread more seeds than a 10-year NBA veteran, all right? And, you know, if you think about it, just throwing apple seeds everywhere, kind of a dick move. What if you wanted to have a baseball field? All of a sudden, you're playing baseball, you're having a great time, 2 or 3 years in, fuck, here comes apple trees just growing all over the infield. Thanks a lot, Johnny. Really appreciate it. You know what? Give me the Vandals right here. I think they steal this one. So, give me the Vandals and 14 points. So, at the end of these contests, fuck, I don't know what's going to happen. Grab some tickets, have a beer. The main thing is, maybe we'll cash a ticket or two tonight. Oh, I'll just head back to the window. Well, I'll head back to the window even if we got losers. We'll demand our money back because that's the kind of mood I'm in tonight. There you go. All right, let's do some shout-outs. All right. All right. We'll start off with T-Carp. He took a swing at the AAF as well on Saturday. He played the Birmingham Iron, which was supposed to be like one of the best teams, and they laid an egg. So he is 0-1 in his AAF career. Look at the chin up there, T-Carp. I doubt it's going to be your last loss. Cactus Capper, he had the Houston under, and nice job since, Tulane only put up 14 points or whatever they scored. What was that, 80-50 or some ridiculous shit? Yeah. Cody L. Cody thinks the AAF is owned by the Teamsters or the unions. You know what, Cody? After watching that fourth quarter collapse to beat the number there against us, I wouldn't be surprised. Chuck Pinner, he had the Creighton over and Wichita. Nice job. And Felix, he thanked us for some great picks yesterday. He said that half under 63, the Ball State was money in the bank. That is as close to an autoplay, guys, as we have right now. I love it. I'm going to play it every time until it beats us. He noticed that his bookie isn't too happy with him anyway, or lately. And by the way, I'm sure his bookie and him just play for matchsticks. We in no way endorse illegal gambling or any such activity. These picks, as always, are for entertainment purposes only, or for the legitimate information on people who live where gambling is legal. All right, are they gone? All right, cool. Marshall Mathers, he said he was betting on the MVP for the All-Star game. Good odds, so he's pairing about 4 different players. He didn't mention who he was playing with, but he put him with the Michigan State money line and the Cincinnati money line in a parlay. So there you go. Colt J said he'll be cheering for Mexico. He had the Houston Cougars, or I believe as they say in Spanish, El Cougarinos, and of course they came through and covered. Buster H said, "Let's roll," and we did, and then we stopped. So we rolled early, and then we ran off the ditch and for our last 2 picks. Borno had Houston under, Michigan State, and he didn't mention that he surfed the big Hawaii wave to victory last night in the late night Rainbow Warriors contest. Nice job, Borno. The boys are coming through from you. Eric T took Houston. Cole B, he tailed us on Houston as well. Moon Gang 78-6 says he's trying to slide back to the window. And we got to make 1 trip back today, Moon Gang, but that's all she wrote. And Landon H said, man, Nova hurt, and it did. Oh, we had, oh, that's right. We had on our premium picks, we had Nova -3, and we had the Quinnipiac Siena under. Oh, funny thing about both of those, the under, we had under 126. They were at, I think they were at 61 at halftime, and we're thinking, yeah, we're in pretty good shape here. And actually Vegas had the number below that, so we were actually a favorite at that point to win. They came out and put up 87 points in the second half, and if that weren't fun enough, they decided to just slap us around a little bit more and play 3 overtimes. Ended up being 107-100 for a total of 207, which means we just missed our total by a mere 81 points, which I think may be my personal record. Thank you. And as far as the Villanova game goes, we had Villanova -3. A lot of you guys probably know how that one happened. Villanova up by 19, and then they decide that they no longer want to play the game of basketball effectively and let St. John's come roaring back to win at the end straight up. Yippee. All right. So he had Landon H. had a makeup game. He took Colorado. The Buffs came through with that one. Nice job, Landon. Toby said, great pick, Scott. Love the videos. Keep up the great work, and I'll do it. He also liked the Razors pick on Houston, and there we go. So don't forget to check out all the other videos that we do every day with all the different cappers. And if you're new to the site, and for some reason you've listened this far, when I do the other 3 or the other 5 videos, the little short versions, I'm just relaying the cappers' thoughts. The picks that I do on these are my own, with the exception of today. By the way, if you're watching, hope you got a good chuckle. I'll be back doing real picks tomorrow. So yeah, you guys are fun. Let's get to it, shall we, guys? And I'll see you tomorrow. We'll be back with the regular old Deep 3 tomorrow. All right, take care. Good luck tonight. Bye bye.